So back in the day, if you wanted to drive sales for your business, you'd go to an advertising agency, and that agency would place an ad for you in the paper, or they'd put up a giant billboard for you on the side of the road with your name, number, and place of business. And if people want to buy from you, they give you a call or they come in and buy from you directly. Today, things are much more complex because there's a lot more marketing channels, there's a lot more competition, since it's easier than ever to get online and start making an income from an online business, whether you're selling info products or products and services. Now, with all this complexity, it's important to understand that there are systematic ways for you to get leverage and get some control over all this complexity and to eliminate some of the guesswork. And today I'm going to tell you about one important digital marketing principle called the law of visibility and how to apply it to directly grow your sales. Welcome to another edition of 10-Minute Matt Hacks, where I teach you how to be more digital marketing awesome and in general accelerate your creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. My name is Matt Ackerson. I'm the founder of AutoGrow.co, and today we're tackling a specific problem, namely that you want to be able to exert maximum influence over being able to directly grow your sales. And one of the ways that you can do that is right on your website, right under your nose, and you might not even know it. So the overall solution to this problem requires an understanding of what I call the law of visibility. And then I'll tell you a very practical way that you can take action on this and apply it for your business. So what is the law of visibility? Well, the law of visibility, which I originally first wrote about in a guest post on Kissmetrics called the 7 Laws of Sales Funnel Physics. It's been shared over 700 times on social media to date. It basically comes down to this. The law of visibility says that offers must be seen in order for sales and conversions to occur. Offers must be seen in order for sales and conversions to occur. And I say that twice because it may sound obvious, but it can be very easy for people to forget. Because the law of visibility therefore also says, and based on analysis of many case studies and on personal experience, which I'll tell you about in a second, it also says that people will convert more often on offers that are highly visible and noticeable. So people see an offer and it's there and it remains highly visible on the page, for example, whether it's a call to action button or a navigation that scrolls with them down the page, they're more likely to click those links in the navigation or to click that call to action button because in this hypothetical case, it's in their face, it's visible, it's noticeable, so they're more likely to click it, all right? Now, how might you employ this to actually get results and grow your sales? Well, at the beginning of 2017, I was trying to make a leap with the business. I wanted to make the business completely focused on selling online products. But the truth is that I knew a lot, but the business just wasn't ready to do that. We needed more of a runway, and I just had more to learn. So although I failed in making that leap over the course of 3 months, I did make really good progress. So for example, I had already developed, I had started the company, years prior, and then, we had launched an info product a year earlier. And so I said, okay, if we're going to go with becoming a products business, I need to sell a certain number of copies of this training course that we put together. So I said, how can I do this? So I looked around our website and I realized, okay, well, people can only get to this offer by going through our email funnel and the links that are in there. And that's all well and good. And it made sense, you're kind of withholding, kind of making that offer until you've, built trust and given goodwill and all that. But I said, you know what? I need sales now because I'm bootstrapping this business and I want to grow it and I have to grow it fast. So how do I grow it faster? Well, I said, all right, let me put a link to the landing page for the sales page for this training course right into the navigation. And I did that, and sales start to go up. And I said, huh, that's interesting. I thought that you had to nurture people and give away lots of free content and then maybe, kind of politely, oh, please, check out my offer. But it turns out that people were coming to our website. They were interested in the content that we were already putting out there. They were searching, for sales funnels or, all kinds of other related topics that we've written about, coming into our website and finding that page. And because they trusted us from the content that we had already put out for free, they were ready to invest in the training course with us to help them to grow and further solve whatever marketing problem related to funnels that the training course helped to solve. And so I said, okay, what if I make it even more visible? So I said, all right, let's make the sales page be our home page. This is kind of a crazy idea, but hey, we want to move away from services as, faster rather than slower, so let's do it. So we did it, and then we started making sales every other day, which was a revelation because we were charging, I believe it was, we've always raised prices, so now the prices are higher than they were then. But I think at the time we were selling, it was $79 and $129 for a copy of this course, the Sales Funnel Blueprint, and it was great because maybe this is a little bit of vanity, but a friend of mine was a close friend of mine who worked. He was working a couple of jobs at the time. He's working full time somewhere else now, but he was working at a restaurant. And he used to tell me and kind of brag to me oh man, I made $200, $250 in cash tonight. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And but then, when I started to make this transition with the business, I used to remember what he said and kind of compare myself to that. I was like, and I would say to myself, I wouldn't say it to him because I didn't want to brag, so I kept that private. But I was like, oh, cool, we made $129 today and I did nothing. Relatively speaking, of course, I was working hard to grow sales by growing traffic in other ways. But it was a cool moment, and it was cool because it was really applying this principle, the law of visibility, and seeing the results from it firsthand. So the one action that I want you to take from watching this video is I want you to go look at your website, and I want you to consider the different offers that you have in your sales funnel. What are the things that you're trying to sell? It doesn't matter if it's a physical product, a service, or info products. I've worked on all types of funnels, and this rule just applies and it just works. And you don't have to operate on the assumption that you can't sell something without first working really hard to nurture the relationship. Some people just want to buy a product that's a solution to their problem. So remember that, and remember the law of visibility when you try to find this opportunity for how can I make my offer more visible, to get more people to that sales page, to get more people to the checkout page, for instance. Well, a couple of ideas to consider as examples. You can put, maybe you're only giving one link in a series of emails that works to sell your product. Maybe you give a link from the second email onward. Maybe ready to take it to the next level. Click here and it brings them to the sales page. You could do what I did. You could put a link in the navigation. You could make it your homepage even. And if you're looking to get more people to the checkout page, maybe you see that a big bottleneck is people just getting stuck on the sales page. Well, you'd actually be very surprised at how many people just won't get to the checkout page because they just don't see the call to action button. For example, we recently launched a Tripwire, and it was selling it was selling a batch of files and resources and templates that people can use as a reference when building their own funnel. And people would arrive on the thank you page for that, where they could download it, And even though there was a link right there and very little text on the entire page, and it says it's underlined, it says click here to download, people just missed it and they'd be emailing us. And we've since fixed that. We put, now it's in like a big red button that says click here to download the swipe file. And people cannot miss it now, but just by increasing the visibility of it, the conversion that we wanted was for people to just be able to download and see that the link was right there on the thank you page. And even in the case of people buying, that's just another example of, the law of visibility at work. But of course, the opposite effect before we fixed it there, where people just weren't seeing it, it wasn't visible enough, it wasn't noticeable enough. So from this video, the one action, once again, is I want you to brainstorm ways that you can make your core offer or offers, whether it be for an info product or services business, more visible so that you can drive more sales and more leads for your bottom line. All right. So if you're ready to take it to the next level and you don't want to miss another Matt Hacks where I give away one great tip in 10 minutes or less, click on the link directly below this video to get our newsletter, and click, if you're on YouTube, to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss the notifications for when we come out with a new video. And if you're watching this on our blog, be sure to click on the link to sign up for the newsletter directly below this video. So tune into the next video coming tomorrow. And until next time, my name is Matt Ack in the Matt Hat, and delivering your daily dose of Matt Hacks. Keep hustling, stay focused. I'll talk to you soon.